The Pakistani media became increasingly anti-American, depicting Pakistan's sacrifices in the war on terror and the lack of U.S. appreciation for them. Pakistanis began to compare India with Israel, which could do no wrong in American eyes, and Pakistan with the Palestinians, to whom the Americans always gave short shrift. The Obama administration's missteps and Pakistan's over-expectant hopes contributed to the breakdown of relations in 2011. The American answer to the proxy war between India and Pakistan and Afghanistan was tepid and devoid of strategic thinking. In a crisis such as the one generated by the Mumbai attacks, U.S. diplomacy did play a major role in getting both sides to climb down from a war. But the United States refused to get involved in moving the two countries toward peace and a settlement of their rivalry. Pakistan had long argued that its need for strategic depth to counter India necessitated its interference in Afghanistan. In other words, Pakistan needed a friendly government in Kabul that, in case of war with India, would give its army support and space. By 2001, however, many Pakistani retired officers and academics had exploded that thesis as meaningless. The fact that both countries now brandished nuclear weapons made strategic depth irrelevant. Nobody would have time to look for it, just before or after a nuclear war. Nonetheless, even after 9/11, the U.S. military looked with great sympathy on Pakistan's thesis. Pakistan has continued to try to retain some level of parity with India in both its conventional armaments and its nuclear weapons. However, the irony is that Pakistan has carried out its aims of parity with India by using U.S. aid and carrying out Washington's bidding in the region. According to Pakistan historian Farzana Sheikh, it is then Pakistan's rivalry with India that has facilitated U.S. intervention in Pakistan, intervention largely encouraged by Pakistan's dominant military. In this transactional relationship of mutual dependence rather than mutual respect, the price for services rendered is all that has really mattered, and Pakistan has concluded that it has been dealt a raw deal by America. Pakistan has never come to terms with the fact that it has been able to use the United States only to a very limited extent vis-à-vis India, and today India's burgeoning relationship with the United States makes even that impossible. In July 2011, a string of high-level U.S. visitors to India and U.S. and Indian companies investing in each other's territory culminated when Secretary of State Clinton asked India to play a larger role in the region. India's leadership has the potential to positively shape the future of the Asia-Pacific, Clinton said in Chennai on July 20th. We think that America and India share a fundamentally similar vision for the future of this region. America's newfound love for India was loathsome to Pakistan, but Pakistan's military and political leaders never explained to the public that things had changed, that Pakistan could no longer have a relationship with the United States as a hedge against Indian power, and that Pakistan needed to repair its relations with India, which was steaming ahead of it in every field. In fact, the Bush administration had done several favors for Pakistan, apart from allowing the Taliban to take refuge in Pakistan. In 2006, Pakistan was caught red-handed, trying to smuggle the full components of a nuclear bomb-making plant to Libya, and the CIA and MI6 produced evidence that Pakistan had sold nuclear technology to Iran for cash, to North Korea in exchange for ballistic missile technology, and to other clients. Musharraf's military regime found itself in the world's proverbial doghouse. The military produced a convenient scapegoat in Pakistani scientist Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, but he undoubtedly was not the only culprit, and the military itself was suspected of being involved. But Bush rode to the rescue and allowed Musharraf to blame Khan personally, accusing him of getting rich and selling nuclear secrets. Khan accepted all the blame for